Here are 3 things you must do to prepare for the rest of 2020. Hi, I'm Saratoga Ocean, and I help people to navigate their spiritual awakening so they can stay on a conscious path of ascension. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 very important things that you need to do to prepare for the rest of 2020. And think about this, you guys. If everyone on Earth were to do these 3 things, the controllers would actually lose all their power and you wouldn't have to lift a finger. So make sure you share this video out with anyone else who you think would be interested. And be sure to subscribe so you catch all my videos to assist you in your spiritual awakening. Now we have about 5 months left in the year of 2020. And I think we have a little bit of a space here that we can use to really strengthen and fortify ourselves and position ourselves in a place of empowerment at a cosmic level. So here are the 3 things that you need to do to prepare for the rest of 2020. Number 1, you want to create a positive mindset for yourself. Now, the way I'm going to talk about mindset is going to be very different from what you're used to hearing. I want you to understand that in this sense, mindset refers to your entire experience of your reality within you and also without you. In other words, in this sense, mindset refers to your entire perception of what you call your world and your experience. So you want to think of your life as being like a framework of reality. Now, what's really important about this, you guys, is you need to consciously decide that you are going to own that space. You are going to own what is within that framework. And the way that you want to do that is you want to set up positive boundaries. You need to create boundaries around your own perception of reality, around what we'll call your mindset. Now, why is this important? It's important because the media and the controllers want to control that space for you. They want to occupy that space that actually belongs to you. See, they want to own it. They don't want you owning your own space of reality. They want to own it for you, and they want to decide what goes into your perception and your experience. And we see what they want to put inside of it. So look at it this way. Imagine that when I say mindset, imagine that that is the arena of your conscious experience that belongs to you alone. It belongs to no one else. Now, if you don't consciously set up positive boundaries and take full ownership of that space, by default, those who want to control it for you are going to pour whatever reality they want you to experience into that space. And I think we see the reality that they're pouring into that space right now, right? Fear, anger, control. I mean, just look at what's going on. Look at what the media keeps feeding you every single day. And again, if you're not paying any attention to the media, you're still being influenced because the collective is paying attention. That's creating a space of consciousness. That's creating a reality. You see, because when people absorb the reality that the media and the powers that be decide that they're going to absorb, that creates a collective reality that we all have to live within. So, we hear a lot of talk about creating boundaries between yourself and other people, but that's so minor, you guys, compared to the boundaries you really need to create. You need to create boundaries to your reality. And then you need to wake up inside your own reality and recognize that this is your space to control. It's not theirs to control, it's yours to own. See, they don't own your consciousness. But if you don't take conscious ownership of your own consciousness, by default, they're just going to pour all kinds of junk in there. And then that's just going to cause you to become highly reactive, fearful, and anxious. So step one is very simple. You wake up inside your own conscious reality. You put boundaries around it. You say that's enough of these outer forces trying to control and own my consciousness and my reality. From now on, I put the boundaries up. This is my space. I control what happens inside my own consciousness. And that is how you make a statement of power from your cosmic self to whatever else is going on around you. So now that you've taken control of that space, let's go on to step number two. Step number two is where you decide for yourself what goes into that space of your own consciousness. And in order to do that, what you want to do is focus on manifestation. You want to begin by setting a conscious intention that you will create your own reality, and that you are going to decide what the environment of your consciousness is going to be. So you want to think about that space that you put those boundaries around. You want to think about that as your living space. Okay, that's your living space. That's the space within which you experience your life. So you want to begin by writing down what your dreams are. Write down what it is you intend to manifest. And here's the thing, you guys, you don't have to know how it's going to happen. Forget about the question how. Just go to your heart, get really centered within yourself, and just put down on paper, what do you really want to manifest in your life? Now, I want to give you an example of how you can do this in the current environment of lockdowns and control and everything else, because I know that that environment can make it a little bit confusing in terms of how you're going to manifest a better reality for yourself. Let's take, for example, a very common issue that a lot of people are having right now, having to do with their children not being able to go to school and having to stay home and do this virtual learning, and it's not working out because the schools are not equipped to do this, and it's just a big mess, or they have to go there and social distance, and I'm sure that parents are really stressed out. So what happens if you're letting the powers that be control your reality in this situation? Well, you don't have a lot of options, right? You're going to say, well, the best that I can hope for is that my kids get to go back to school and wear a mask and social distance and go through all this weirdness. Or maybe they're just going to have some inadequate, miserable experience of online learning from the school that doesn't really know how to do that sort of thing, right? So that's how you're going to be thinking about manifestation if you're allowing those outside forces to control the space in your reality. Either way, it's very stressful, it's very difficult, it produces a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, etc., etc. Now, on the other hand, if you follow the two steps that I've laid out for you so far, how would that situation look different to you? How might you view manifestation differently? Well, in that case, because now you've decided that you control your reality, you could set an intention and you could say, I want my child to have a fulfilling education. That's my goal, for my child to have a fulfilling education. And then you really connect with that feeling, that experience, that desire, that intention, because isn't that really what it all boils down to? Now, how different is that intention from, oh my gosh, I'm so freaked out, it's all going to be awful, the masks, the social distancing, or staying at home, or lockdown, and right? So if your goal is for your child to have a fulfilling education, you know what that's going to do? That's going to unlock all sorts of creative ideas. It's going to set you up at a high vibration into the law of attraction. You're going to start to think creatively. You might find yourself connecting with other parents who want to do something creative, something maybe homeschool. I don't know what it would be for you, but you're going to have a very different outlook and a very different outcome because your intention is different. The first intention is very fear-based. The second intention, I want my child to have a fulfilling education, is love-based. So of course, you're going to have a vastly different outcome than if you're focused on the fear-based intention that the outer world wants you to have. Now let's look at a second very common example of one of the things a lot of people are experiencing right now. Maybe you've been furloughed, or perhaps you've lost your job. Now, if you're letting the outer world control that space, you're probably going to be going through just so much fear and anxiety and stress. And you're just going to be, I have to, desperate, like really desperate. I just have to find something. What am I going to do? Oh my goodness. It's not going to be a good experience, right? Because you're coming from the fear that they want you to be living from. They want you to be living from that fear-based place. So let's look at the alternative when you've decided that you are in command of your own space of consciousness and you've put those boundaries up. Now you can be calm and you can go to your heart and you can say, what do I really want to manifest? Well, in that case, you're going to be thinking about a positive outcome in your life. Maybe you're going to say, you know what? I would like to be able to live wherever I want. I want to have a job where I can work remotely so that I can live where I want. Maybe I can actually manifest a dream that I've had for a long time, but I was so entrenched in my job, in my routine, that I never thought I could get out of it. So now your vision can be very positive. And once again, when you focus on that intention and that law of attraction, you're going to be coming from a place of self-love. You're going to be looking for an outcome that is fulfilling for you, and you're probably going to have a very different result. So those are just a couple of examples of ways that you can view manifestation very differently and in a very positive way when you take command and you take control of that space of your own consciousness. Now, step number 3 is you want to create a very high vibrational environment within that space that you are now in command of. You want to fill that space of your consciousness with a high vibrational energy of love and light, which are the two powers in this universe that actually create the whole universe. Love and light are the most powerful forces in the entire cosmos. So basically, what you're doing is you're taking command of the environment within yourself and also within your outer world. So inside and outside, you're going to create a high vibrational environment as a protection, as a radiating flow of light into that world of darkness that wants to inundate you with fear and control and anguish and all that stuff they're trying to do, because guys, they want to crush you. They really want to bring you to your knees with fear and anger. This is spiritual warfare, you guys. This is nothing to take lightly. Now, I want to address the idea that some people have that love and light is just, love and light is just whatever, right? Guys, you need to think about this. If you buy into love and light being meaningless, what do you have left? Have you thought about that? Love and light is who you are. It is, as I said, the greatest power in this universe. So here are some things that you can do on a practical level to create a high vibrational energy in this environment that you are now in command of. I highly recommend that you start a morning ritual for yourself that you do every single day for minimum of 15 minutes, preferably 30 minutes to even as long as an hour. The purpose of this morning ritual is to get you firmly centered and situated within your inner being from a place of strength, intentionality, and preparation to manifest and to continue to own the space of your own consciousness. Now, you can do whatever you feel inclined to or inspired to do within that period of time that you set aside every morning. Number 1, of course, is meditation, so that you start by connecting with your inner being, with the core of who you really are. And then you want to take some time to focus on your intention for manifestation. You can do that by journaling, you can do that by writing affirmations, but whatever works for you, you want to consolidate your energy. You want to empower those intentions with your consciousness, with your energy, and with high vibration emotions. If you need to get your emotions to a higher vibration, you can do exercises with gratitude. You can start a gratitude journal. You can write down things you're grateful for. You can even write you're grateful for the things that you are intending as though they have already happened. So for example, you could say, I'm so happy and grateful now that, write down the thing that you're intending to manifest as though it's already a reality. You can even journal about what it is you intend to manifest as though it's already happened. You can pretend that you're doing a daily journal about your life as though the situation you want to create has already come to pass. And what it's going to do is it's going to make it more real for you. It's going to embed it into your subconscious mind. It's going to bring that law of attraction into action so that you become a vibrational match to exactly what it is that you want to create. And I want to give you guys a little extra tip if you're having trouble getting your creative energy flowing. It's a really simple thing to do. Do some kind of art. One of the things that I do every single morning is I will spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes coloring, doing adult coloring books with a whole bunch of different colors of markers, because I have found that just the act of coloring actually gets my creativity flowing. It gets my energy flowing. That's not the only thing I do. I do meditation, I do a whole bunch of stuff, but that's one thing you can do. You could draw, you could move in some sort of dance movement if that helps you. Whatever kind of art that you feel attracted to or drawn to, just tap into that on a regular basis, because that will do more than you could even imagine to get your creative energy flowing in a positive direction and get you more in that flow of manifestation. And then I also want to recommend that you give yourself a small reset ritual sometime in the middle of the day. So that if you find that you're kind of veering off of that focus and that command of your consciousness, that you pause, even 5 minutes, just pause and meditate, or just be quiet and center yourself, go outside in the sunshine and just say, I'm just going to reset, I'm going to recenter, and just do that little reset ritual every single day. And one more thing, you guys, really get focused on your physical health. Forget about all this, negativity around health. It's, all the fear, all the, what I'm talking about, all the stuff that's going on, right? I'm not even going to mention what it is, but focus on health in a positive way. What can you do to enhance and amplify your health so that you can experience radiant, positive health? Sleep, nutrition, exercise, sunshine, fresh air, all of those things, inspiration. Okay, inspiration is really good for your health, you guys. So focus on positive health. Focus on becoming more healthy than you've ever been. How's that for a vision? So when you do all of these things, you are empowering yourself, you're taking command of that space, you're taking a position, you're taking a stand for what is truly yours, for what belongs to you. It doesn't belong to the media and all this other junk out there. It belongs to you, you guys, and you can still make it wonderful and beautiful because you are a cosmic creator. Now, the main reason you want to do all of this, in addition to, of course, it being your right to do so, is because they really do want to crush us, okay? And I have a feeling they're going to use the rest of this year. They're going to ramp this up even more. They're going to ramp up the fear and the violence and all this junk going on, and who knows what else they're going to come up with, right? We don't have to let that happen. I want you to look at this in a very simple way. All of that fear, that anger, that violence, all of that stuff is a manifestation of darkness. What I've been proposing to you here in these 3 important steps is for you to manifest in a very real way, for you to manifest light, the power of light, the power of love that light is imbued with. That love is the source of that light. For you to manifest light in that environment of darkness, darkness cannot go where light is, guys. It can't go there. It's impossible. It's a law of physics. Now, why did I say if everybody on Earth did this, they would lose all their power? Let me explain. It's really simple. I'm not suggesting everybody on Earth is going to do this, but I want you to understand the power of what would happen if they did. See, their power lies in the fact that they can come in and occupy that space that really belongs to you. That they can pour fear and anger and all that junk. They can pour that stuff in there. That's what gives them their power to bring darkness into your reality. But when you set up those boundaries and you say, no, this is my space, this is my consciousness, I am in command of my own consciousness and my own space, and you do not get to come into this space. When you take that position, they lose their power, okay? Now, if they can't do that to anyone on earth, if everyone on earth were to do that, where are they gonna go, right? So again, I'm not saying that everyone on earth has to do this. Of course, that would probably not be very realistic, right? But we can certainly do it ourselves, right? So this is the time right now to begin to fortify yourself, to strengthen yourself, and to make this a habit, because this really needs to be a daily habit to live from this kind of a place. You can't, it's not the kind of thing where you can just do it once and say, oh, okay, I did it yesterday, and then just drift on through the week. It needs to be the place from which you live, because they're just going to keep pouring it on, guys. They're going to keep pouring on this negative energy, this darkness. They're going to keep pouring it on. And at some point, we have to make a shift in ourselves. We have to say enough. This is not happening anymore. And the beauty of it is there's no confrontation. You're not confronting anything physical, right? You're exercising your cosmic power. This is why I say, you guys, light and love is the greatest power in the entire universe. When you take it upon yourself to exercise that power within your own consciousness, that is the first step to you beginning to live as the true cosmic being that you really are. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it out with anyone else who you think would find value in this. And be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I am here every Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday with new videos to support you in your ascension and spiritual awakening. And with that, I'm sending you loads of love, light, and positive energy. Have an awesome day, my friends. Namaste.